First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Tsang, homage to the 16 Dharma King Karmapa, and homage to Master Dzogchen Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar, and homage to the main deity of Homa today, the Jambala. Simu. Dzogchen Siddhi Rinpoche. All Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, heads of temples, all disciples present here and over the internet, and our special guests today, from the North American Coordination Council of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Republic of China, Secretary General Liao and Mrs. Liao, Dharma Sister Judy, and the Chief of Staff from the Office of the Governor of Guam, Mr. Franklin Aviola. Thank you for coming. And the head of the TEDCO of the state of Taiwan, Mr. Lei Jun. And the advisor to the overseas Chinese in Guam, Ms. Dzogchen. And the Guam Pacific Island Resort representative, Ms. Cheng. From Academia Sinica, the academician Professor Zhu and Mrs. Zhu. The Chief Secretary of the Taiwan government, Ms. Zheng Peifu. Mr. Zheng. From the Kaohsiung City Council, Xu, Mr. Xu. From National Tsang University, EE Professor Dr. Wang. From National Dzogchen University, EE Professor Dr. Wang and Mrs. Wang. From National Yunlin Science and Technology University, EE Professor Dr. Wang. From National Taiwan Art University, the Performance Art Department, Professor Mai. From Pingtung Education University, Assistant Professor Dr. Ye. From National China Medical Pharmacy University, Assistant Professor Dr. Hong. From Kunsan Science and Technology University, Dr. Si. And from Guam University, Math Department, Professor Chen. A representative to the Lotus State, Mr. Cai Chi-Chang, Ms. Chen Mei-Hui. From the KMT party, Tainan City, the Chair Chai Wang-Chuan's representative. From the KMT party, Kaohsiung City, the Vice Chair's Xu Hui-Yi representative. The president of the Worldwide Lotus-like Charitable Society, Master Tsang. The president of the Lotus-like Charitable Society of Taiwan, Mr. Wu. Mr. and Mrs. Fu. Businessmen from Hong Kong, Mr. Lei and Mrs. Lei. My third sister and her husband. Producers for the Illuminating Your Heart TV program of CTI TV Taiwan, Ms. Rebecca Su. Producer for the Platform Sutra and Development Stages TV program, Master Lien Yue, and the host, my sister Peju. Good afternoon, how do you do? Japanese, in Indonesian and Malay. And we have many disciples from Hong Kong and from many other places. Just now, the Chief of Staff from Guam, Mr. representing the Governor of Guam, sent an invitation that at the park in Guam had held a Ushina Vijaya and also like a stage for performance. So the governor of Guam invited Grandmaster Lu to go to Guam to consecrate the pagoda. They didn't say they didn't say the reasons why they're inviting us there, but actually is to consecrate the Ushina Vijaya Pagoda that had been set up in a park, and where there is a huge stage for performances, that in the future it would be a point of interest there in Guam. It would be a landmark there, and they're inviting me to consecrate there. And the head of the temple chapter in Guam, which is Professor Chen, together sending the invitation. And talking about eating in Guam, So that's like a lemongrass, coconut This headphone is really horrible.
大家都知道，金牌。
Everybody knows about
台风天啊，阿拉斯加， 我是日照，还欧美的金牌，啊，日照欧美是，隐蔽毛皮，还是怪。 King crab, Bonga house. King crab is Alaska country. King crab country in Alaska. I have no king. Just on the no king because so many old king crab is for sale in the country. And for sale in one state, so Alaska, no people.
，So we are talking about the king crabs, and I went to Alaska, and Alaska is the place that produce Alaskan king crabs. And I went to a restaurant there and asked for and ordered Alaskan king crabs, and they said there's no king crab here. The place that produce Tsang state is Alaska, but you cannot find any king crabs there because they're sold all over the place. So Franklin said that they have lemon crabs and coconut crabs. So I go to one. So that was the chief of staff of Guam. So since he's here, so I will speak English. Because he has only. So I have to go. So I will go. So the English is so good.
那么，如果有这个世界各国的这个单位来邀请，去年之前就会讲。
对啊，他 English server doesn't work. 没有翻译。这是说什么？什么不是？前面听不到。So today we had the Jambala Homa fire offering ceremony, and he is one of the 4 heavenly kings. I've said this before that the richest ones in the heavens is the 4 heavenly kings, and On earth it would be the mountain god or the Prithvi god, and in the ocean would be the dragon god. So they are very rich. So like Lei Feng Yi gave me 1 kilogram of gold. So that's the wealth that belongs to the heavenly kings or the mountain god or the dragon god.
Gold color very shiny.
The gold color is very shiny. So yellow representing gold. And all the world deities are golden. So our Jambala too is golden. So Jambala is wearing a crown of jewels, jeweled crowns. And his right hand is holding a wish-fulfilling jewel. And his left hand, he's wearing a treasure mouse, a mouse. And you may be curious why. Because this treasure mouse can spit out lots of treasures. So, as far as I could see, the gold in the future, the wealth of Tibuda school would be like the gold mountains. That all they are gold. And above are the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. And Jambala is a great heavenly king, and he has lots of riches. And practicing his Dharma practice is primarily for enrichment, is to increase your own benefits. So by practicing Jambala's Dharma practice, you would be earning money coming home. That you would become a very rich person. And you would live in a palace. And you drive a very expensive Ferrari sports car. And you would have lots of attendants in your house. And you and you would have house, cars, and clothing, and you would wear Giorgio Armani suits. And the bags are Imus. Yeah. In Taiwan, we just speak Taiwanese dialect. So you would have lots of riches and wealth by practicing Jambala, the wealth deity Dharma practice. You would gain great wealth. And you know that if you give, if you do a lot of charity, then you would increase your wealth. So by planting the cause of giving, then you would reap the effect or the result. And you would radiate red light, and all the good gods would follow you. That everyone meeting you would be pleased. Then your boss would increase your salary, would promote you, because you're accompanied by the wealth gods. Then naturally you would win the lotteries. The other day, as we were in the car, all of a sudden I had an inspiration. What was it? It's they are about 1.6 billion NT dollars in the lottery. So as we were driving by a shop, a lottery shop, I never bought lottery tickets before. But and at night, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas let me see some numbers. There are many numbers. There's some special numbers, and I got really confused. And I tried to remember them as I wake up, and I jotted down as soon as possible. But I noted 3 numbers, and I forgot about the rest. So that means it's not destined for me. So when it's not destined, then don't daydream. So will I win the lottery? I consulted the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and there is some slight hope. So we bought 7 of us, and each one of us take out 1,000 NT dollars. And we bought the lottery tickets. There were 7 of us in the car.
连号，电脑显号，电脑显号。啊，开讲啦！阿弥陀佛，有中奖没有？告诉大家，真的有哎！掌声都不要那么大，因为一个人啊只中200块。200块加起来是1000多啊，1200谁拿走了？慧君上次拿走了。
是慧君。
我交给廉政法师去领钱。
I can give it to Reverend Lian Zhen to get the money, not you. So we did have some slight hope. So everyone won about $200.
我告诉你哦，
Also,
我们真佛中的弟子有中大奖的，真的中了很大的。
one of the Buddha disciples won a big
我
lottery,
有一次晚上，
and really huge one.
谁摸看，给大家摸着。
这个辐射好重哦！
那 radiation 呢？
对呀，那 radiation 是很重。
摸到一个人
对
的身上，
怎么办？楼下那个更严重，楼下那个是因为它还那么
师尊，重了。 因为我们左右都有上师，在等这一种中奖的人。而且他听到你在看，会追踪你，会追踪你的很危险，中奖的你打电话给。
You can make a phone call to Sư, and you told Sư that you want to meet the master, and Sư would ask for what reasons.
那个特别的通关密，
And you make a special code word
这样我就会见你。
and special permission, and I would be able to meet you. So if you win a big lottery, please remember to notify us.
这个在网络上写说我要见师尊。
There was a disciple that wrote on the internet that I want to meet the master.
Beautiful lady.
And the picture is very beautiful.
不知道是用水的照片。
But we don't know whether that's her picture or what.
如果你是真的是那个 lady 的话
If you're really that lady, then you can
master wife. Master wife. Please. 这个其实很多的很有利益的事情，是因为你修。
There are lots of benefits because you practice Jambala.
像第一个在美国中这个
Like
优秀奖，
the one that won the first lottery in America, 莲花所卖.
他是几亿，应该台币算起来是19亿，还是拿到台币19亿？
About 55 US dollars, 55 million US dollars.
马上有钱宝，
And
还修
they practice the instant money of your golden mother and also the Jambala practice.
他还宝贵要修举他就是按照那个题目去学。
He asked for consultation by drawing the moon block, how many times he had to practice, and he truly completed the practice. And then he dreamed of Grandmaster radiating light, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light. And he just spent $5 US, and he won 55 million US dollars. And there's another person that went to Seattle and told me he won 160 million US dollar. 160 million US dollar. And he was too a true Buddha school disciple.
他们真的中了美国的2个大乐透，我们的威力场一定要我
So
们
they
生活
won
中的
the
弟子一
two
定要
greatest lottery in America. So to do the practice, the Buddha school disciple
因为
definitely
我今天看到金山，
win. Because today I saw the golden mountains. All mountains made of gold. this would let you won the lottery. Also, bless you that you would gain the recognition from your supervisors or bosses. You get promoted and your business would flourish, would prosper. And yet remember, when you gain this wealth, you need to give, you need to donate it. And there is someone here that I will not mention his name, that he had donated 6,000 vests for the volunteers for the Lantern Festival in February. So this 6,000 vests that's made of the best fabric, and the donors are here in the hall. They don't want to be named. They don't want to be mentioned here. So here, inside the hall, there are lots of great benefactors. And as far as I could see, there are mountains of gold, silver, and all the precious jewels and precious items. So today, thank you very much. That many and I wish that everyone would gain great wealth and great benefits in their lives. And now we will continue to talk about the 5th instructions for the great perfection Dharma. And the big 5th instruction today is that no big deal. That the Chinese have a saying that when you don't care about anything, then you're close to the Tao or the way. This I don't care or no big deal is very difficult to describe. That when you reach a high realm of the great perfection Dharma, this spirit would naturally be generated. Is that you don't care, it's no big deal, and this would let you gain great peace. Because nothing bothers you and everything is no big deal, then you would not have any thoughts running in your head. Right, Master Tsang? Because you don't care about anything, then you would not have any thoughts. That this 5th instruction, this method, that it's no big deal or you don't care, is the best way to stop all thoughts. So today I wrote a joke. There's a newlywed couple. And the husband was sent on a business trip to a faraway place. And the wife sent a text message to her husband. And the message is very romantic. And she said to the husband, if you are sleeping, please send me a sweet dream. If you are now smiling, please send me your smile. If you are now eating, please give me a spoonful. If you're now drinking some alcohol, then please give me some sweet wine, a small glass of sweet wine. So she wrote a lot of this if. And lastly, she wrote, I love everything about you and I love you. So this is very romantic, right? And then, very quickly, the husband replied, now I'm sitting on the toilet. What should I give you now? So this husband, he's not humorous at all. If that were Grandmaster, if I am sitting on the toilet, I would send a text message to Simu. I would give you a piece of gold. Or would you like a long spring roll? Or ice cream? All I have is yours. Amen. That would be humorous. Gold? Wow. Spring rolls, ice cream. They all sound good. Don't say that. That's about great perfection. So what is great perfection, Dharma? It's okay. Because everything and anything belongs to the great perfection, Dharma. If you think this way, then you would reach this realm of you don't care. Okay, let me see if there's related jokes. Many reporters surrounding the champion of the races. Every time during a race, before you were always last, and now you were first. So, what is the secret of that? What is the? And the champion was trembling and said, "Oh, because my brake was broken." So here it also shows the spirit of 无所谓, which is you don't care, because when your brake was broken, you cannot care about it anymore. You just continue to race. So in Tantrayana, we talk about diligence or effort, that you don't care about anything. You just do your practice, and eventually you would become the champion. That in spiritual cultivation, Grandmaster is very earnest in his spiritual cultivation. It's not that I don't care, but I'm very clear and I'm very earnest in performing my spiritual cultivation every single day. Yet, whether you would attain Buddhahood or Bodhisattvahood, or you would become Heruka or Dharma protectors or the heavenly beings, you don't care. So as a spiritual cultivator, you need to have such a spirit. It's not that you cultivate spiritually because you want to become a Buddha or a Bodhisattva. It's not because of something. Because we know in our spiritual cultivation, if you have a pure mind, a pure speech, and a pure body, and if you have a pure body, speech, and mind, naturally you would have attainments in your spiritual cultivation. So that's the spirit of Wu Suo Wei, of you don't care. It's not because of something and you have no goal or mission, but you just do it with diligence. So after you put in your best effort, what you reach or what you reap doesn't matter. So in the spirit, it's not that you would be like a dumb, like before when Taiwanese go to mainland China, we would be called the Taiwanese. It's like Taiwanese comrades. And these other slangs, the Chinese. So we are not like the dumbs. We are actually very clear and we have wisdom. And we can discriminate and discern very clearly. But we don't have any expectations or goals, specific goals. So that's the spirit of Wu Suo Wei. It's not teaching you to become like the dumb, stupid people that you don't care and you don't know and that you just completely obey other people. No, that's not the case. So the spirit of Wu Suo Wei is like the spirit of a sage. So the spirit of the Tao, it's not expecting nothing. You don't have any expectation. So you do something without expecting anything. So that's why in charity, we always do it in the three wheels are empty. It's like the donator doesn't exist, the recipient doesn't exist, and the gift also doesn't exist. Because you give not for any particular reason. It's not because they're poor, and it's not because expecting anything in return. So the donation, I also don't think that I have to let go of something from me, because I treat them that whatever donation I give belongs to the people. So this kind of giving is called the true giving, based on the three wheels are empty. And that's the giving of Wu Suo Wei, which is no big deal. This Wu Suo Wei in Chinese, it's quite close to Tao. Let me check this joke if it matches this Wu Suo Wei, and it does. It was a fraud that printed counterfeit money, and the policeman asked, "Why did you print this fake money?" And he said, "Oh, because I cannot print real money." So this criminal spoke, makes sense, right? Because he couldn't print real money, so he printed the fake money. So here it includes the true and false, real and the authentic and counterfeit. But in spiritual cultivation, there isn't anything called real spiritual cultivation. Because you cultivate spiritually only to purify your body, speech and mind, not for anything else. So for the purity of body, speech and mind of sentient beings, I propagate Buddha Dharma, not for anything else. So is what you're doing authentic? So I don't cultivate spiritually to gain fame or for wealth, or not for any particular goals or objectives. So there isn't anything about it that's authentic or fake. So some people, when I go to your house, that person said, "Oh, I'm cultivating spiritually." That's no need to say that. Why? Because every single thing that we encounter, you don't need to discern it whether it is real or fake, because there is no real, no quote-unquote real or fake, because I just do it. That's why I said I named True Buddha School, and people ask, so only you are true and the rest of the religious groups are false? So I replied that all spiritual cultivation groups are true. You also are true. And how should I say this? When I mentioned the name of True Buddha School, there are many religious groups that said, so because you call yours true, so does it mean that we are false? No. Everyone is true. And in that case, maybe you don't even have to need the word true. And this kind of spirit is the spirit of Uso Wei. And what does it mean is that like I am walking between heavens and earth. And I can say that I dwell at the moment, at the present, that we focus on the present and don't think about the past or the future. So just at the moment, you do your best. And that's good enough. So whether what will happen in the future, you don't care. And what had happened in the past, you don't care. And this would be a true spiritual cultivation. And because of this, we call ourselves True Buddha School. So what I spoke on today is something that you can mull over or ponder. So what is this Uso Wei? Or whether it's true or false, you don't need to worry about that. You just do your best for the moment and celebrate life. Let me share a joke. In a mental hospital, there's a mental patient, and every day was fishing in a fish tank, and there are no fish inside the fish tank. And the doctor one day was seeing the patient was holding a fishing rod, fishing inside the fish tank. So the doctor asked the patient, how many fish have you got today? And the patient replied, you stupid? Can't you see that the fish tank is empty? There are no fish inside. So there's takes of philosophy here. That's called so I fish inside an empty fish tank, but I don't care whether I got a fish or not. So everyone think that I'm mentally disturbed. No, that's not the case, because I like to fish. I like to hold the fish rod and fish from the empty fish tank. And the doctor asks, how many fish have you got? Then the doctor would be the one that's mentally sick. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. at Taiwan Dzogchen Temple, I would teach Dharma. Today, if there's only one person here, I would speak to that one person. If there are 10 people, I would speak to that 10 people. If there are 1,000 people, then I would speak to the 1,000 people. If there are 10,000 people present here, I would speak to the 10,000 people. Or if there are many more, then I would speak to all of them. If there is not a single person here, then I would sit here最后一期是什么？没有人来，没有人。对啊，没有人来怎么样？就讲也没有人。Then he would speak to nobody. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. No people come. I am Saturday afternoon 3 o'clock in the daytime. I talk down. Yeah. Every Saturday at 3, I will talk down. If today all the disciples left, not even a single person left, only I am here, then I would talk Dharma to the air, to the stones, to the walls. How do you say that? Actually, I know. I just want to test Simi. I want to test if Simi knows what walls is in English. That's, I don't care. It's fine. It's okay. Everything is fine. So today, if you can learn the spirit that everything is fine, that you don't care if you're being scolded, fine. If others slander you, no problem, fine. If someone set you up, harm you, it's okay. You don't care. Everything is fine. If someone praises you, honor you, and give you prizes, and I'm still the same. It's okay. Everything is fine. The same. That is the spirit of being awake.
你能够到很顺的境界里面都无所谓。
can be like that in a very nice and good environment or in an adverse environment, both great. You can be like this, you don't care, everything is fine. Then that is the mastery of the spiritual cultivation. Don't have any thoughts. Everything is fine. This perfect structure is very important. That you do your best in your heart and put it into action the best you can. And then you don't care about the future or the past. Someone asks you, so what is your plan for the future for Tibet school? Your vision for Tibet school? So if in the future Tibet school will disappear from earth, because in this life we have done it, and the next generation will be done by Master Rinpoche. And then the next generation, would be done by someone else, or next and next, or whether it would be continued or not, no problem, it's fine, because I've done it. So this kind of spirit is called the spirit of Uso-Wei, of you don't care, of everything is fine. Then you don't think about the future or any vision or the past. I have no future, not the past, or even the present is fine. You need to understand this concept. Then you would generate the spirit of Uso-Wei. And when you develop this spirit of Uso-Wei, your mind, your heart would be totally serene, like there's water without any waves. That in any situation, your heart or mind would be completely serene. Then you would be very close to the Tao of the way. And please don't have any contention with anyone, especially among the Vajra brothers and sisters. So you just put in your best effort, that's fine. And then everybody else's business is not your business. You don't want to contend, you don't want to get involved, you don't want to have any harming, you don't want to have any hatreds or ill feelings, and your heart or mind is totally serene, very joyful, very happy, and just do your best for the present. That's called Uso-Wei. You don't care, everything's fine. So I hope that every true Buddha disciple would be like that everything is fine, everything is okay. And yet you're very diligent and put in your best effort in your spiritual cultivation. Actually, what we said was right. One day, Xiaohua went through the red light and stopped by the policeman, and the policeman asked, and then Xiaohua asked, Xiaohua 说什么？不知道。And the policeman returned the driver's license back. Sorry, I didn't hear the joke. There was some. Xiaohua asked
asked, "Do you know who the police chief is?" So the policeman immediately returned the driver license back to Xiaohua. But actually what Xiaohua meant is the police chief is the police chief. So the policeman is the one that cared, thinking, so he had thoughts that thinking that there must be something special. So we should have wisdom in what we can do and what we're not allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do. We would be able to discern what is lawful and what is unlawful, and we have wisdom to discern what is it that we deserve and what is it that we don't. So as spiritual cultivator, we have to be very open, honest, and very